I'm sure you have heard about the announcement of Dangote on reduction in fuel pump price. He has reduced the price from 910 naira to 865 naira. The question that Nigerians are asking right now is, when are we going to feel the impact of this fuel price reduction? And we're also asking, what should be done to make sure that this reduction reflects in the pump prices at the stations, and the Nigerians will begin to feel this and families can be happy for it. Of course, you know that this is quite a timely intervention by Dangote, who has dropped this at the Yuletide season, when people are actually usually exploit each other and prices will always go up. But he came at the right time to intervene in this matter. Usually we used to experience queues at the fuel stations at this period, and the prices are usually arbitrary. Nobody has any regulation. But the question we're asking today is, what should be done to make sure that Nigerians will begin to feel the effect of this price reduction? I want us to break this down and even look at how it affects you and how it affects me and the Nigerians at large. So what actually was dropped? People are asking, is it the pump price? I like to say here that what was dropped is the supply price, what the independent marketers will be buying, the price at which they will be buying from the depot. So that's the price that was dropped from 910 to 865. Now, it doesn't mean automatically that the price will have to come down to 500 or 700 naira as anticipated. But what will happen is that some independent marketers already have some stock they will have to sell off. Of course, you know, these are capitalists. They want to sell off and now buy the new one and sell at the new rates. That's one condition. Then the other one is that there has to be some logistics consideration. The price in Lagos will not be the same price in Kano, may not be the same price in the East, may not be the same price in Bayelsa. So these prices or logistics will have to be considered in this price change expectations. Now, this has actually been beneficial because it's going to ease the foreign exchange demand on the Naira or on the Nigerian economy. So it's going to ease the tension in the demand for foreign exchange. This is also going to reduce the pressure on importation. Before now, we used to import. This is the only Nigerian refinery that is functional and is private. So this is the time that we're beginning to reap from the goods of the Dangote refinery. But we're having this challenge where the independent marketers are not cooperating with Dangote, or alleged not to be cooperating with Dangote refinery. We also have the stories about Dangote and the midstream and downstream regulatory authority DG fighting dirty in the public, to the point that he had to even bring his private expenditures to the public just to prove a point. But this actually shows that he's not enjoying the support of the regulatory authority. And it's actually going to affect the common Nigerian. You know, they say where two elephants fight, that the grass will suffer. And my friend will say it in another way, that where two grasses fight, that the elephant will also suffer. So there's not going to be an uprising in this, but we're expecting that the right thing should be done, because this is going to benefit everyone, even those who are frustrating and stifling this development. Now, how does this affect you? How does it affect me? Of course, when the fuel price change reflects in the stations, there's going to be, number one, the change or the drop in cost of transportation. That is the simplest or the commonest expectation of every Nigerian, that the price of transportation at least will have to drop. And this is by the reason of the price of pump price for fuel being dropped. And if this happens, it will reflect in other things. For instance, the cost of raw foods being transported from the north to different places will now drop. The cost of other goods produced in other locations across the nation will also be dropped, because logistics costs will also have to come down. Now, the production cost as well will come down. There are too many companies that rely on alternative energy. They use generator and all that for them to produce. And this will have to change if we can buy the fuel at a lower rate. This will have to definitely change. So this will bring about low transportation, it will bring about cheap food, it will bring about business improvement, it will bring about low cost in production, and this will also ease the pressure that is already existing. Even will help insecurity, because when people are gainfully employed, when people are meaningfully engaged, they may not be thinking about the kidnapping that we'll see every day. So people can travel home comfortably, because those who are actually looking for alternative means, to make it and have resorted to abductions and all of those, will be meaningfully engaged, working in factories and owning their own businesses and processes. So this can actually help, and we are now asking that the midstream, downstream regulatory authority, the independent marketers, every Nigerian, every stakeholder should support this initiative so that the common man can breathe. Let us help Dangote refineries to affect the life of common Nigerians.